Hello, New Horizons. It is so good to be able to talk with you and give you some art lessons today. Today we're going to start with a very simple seascape with a focus on perspective. All you will need is a pencil and a piece of computer paper. Now, if we were doing this project as something to frame, I would suggest a larger paper. And when we're finished, you'll have the choice of coloring or painting with whatever supplies you have on hand. But the main thing today is for you to learn some basic rules of perspective. So I'm going to take my piece of paper here. Wide, not tall. First thing you're going to do is draw your horizon line. And of course, a horizon line is the line where, in this case, for the seascape, where the ocean meets the sky. Somewhere near the middle, maybe a little higher. Okay, please draw lightly. And I see now that you probably cannot see that. I'm going to draw dark, but I want you to draw lightly because we are going to have to erase. Better? Okay, once you have your horizon line as you like it, I want to talk about perspective. Perspective means that things that are closer up appear larger. Things that are far away appear smaller. For example, if you've ever been to the airport and seen an airplane up close, it's huge. If you see it in the sky, it's tiny and eventually disappears. Now, the airplane is not actually changing size, it's just the way that we perceive, it's perspective. And so we are going to show perspective by using sailboats. This is so easy that I'm going to keep it as simple for the younger students, and you older students can make it more complicated as you like. But the main thing is that I want the sailboats that are close up be very large, and the sailboats that are far away appear very small. So the first one is going to be the close one, and I want this to be huge. I want you to imagine that you are on the dock and that you are looking out and you see there's a boat really close and that it is blocking part of your view. So our first triangle for our sailboat is going to be very large. This is the important part. It needs to come down to near the bottom of the paper. So our first triangle is going to start near the bottom, draw darker. And come all the way almost to the top. And let me go over that really dark. Okay, now immediately you see this line crossing the sailboat. If you were to be standing in front of a sailboat, there would be no line there. That would block the horizon. So I want you to erase that line. Okay, so that's our close-up one. Now, a sailboat is not just a triangle. There's got to be the boat part. So underneath, you can just draw a nice banana. Mine's so big that it goes right off the edge of the page, and you can't see that, of course. Let's go darker. Okay. Get closer. Okay. Next is going to be our medium-sized boat. Now, it's actually not medium-sized, it's just what the eye sees. So we're going to draw the boat that appears to be in the middle. Here's the important part. It needs to be not too far back towards the horizon line and not too close to the bottom. So, oh, there's a glare. So in the middle, in the middle, pause. Okay, I adjusted the lights line so we can see a little better. I'm now going to use a Sharpie, but I would like for you to continue using a pencil. And don't forget to draw lightly for when you have to erase. So moving on, we were ready to draw our sailboat that appears to be in the middle. So we're going to come somewhere between the horizon line and the bottom of the paper, which is right here. Nothing should be above the horizon line. The bottom of the boat should not be above because that would mean it would be floating. So somewhere in the middle, I'm going to draw a medium-sized boat. Here's one line. This triangle is also going to come above the horizon line, but not as high. Okay, hopefully you can see that. And then a cute little banana. Again, make sure you erase. Erase that line in the middle because the horizon line in that spot would be covered, would be blocked. Okay, so you've got your large boat that appears close. You've got your boat that appears to be in the middle. And now the cute little boat that appears to be way off in the distance. Make sure it's not above the horizon line because we don't want it to be an airplane flying away. So here we go. Let's do two. One small one and one even smaller. Okay. This one. Again, you're going to erase where the horizon line crosses the boat. Now I'm going to reinforce my original horizon line. And remember, this is ocean. I'm going to Sharpie over that. Let's make some waves, some ripples. Again, with ripples, the ones that are closer are going to appear larger, and they're going to appear to be smaller in the distance. Right there. Okay, now the fun part, and where you get to be creative, you can decorate your boats however you like. You may make stripes. My Sharpie's not the best, I apologize. You may keep them solid, however you like. That's the fun part. And now with the sky, one little trick I like to do to keep from having to color a huge surface area is use clouds. You can draw big clouds to keep from having to wear out your marker or your crayon or your paint, whatever it is you use. So clouds in the sky are a great way to avoid having to color a large area. Remember, clouds are in the distance, so they will never cover the sailboat. To quote Bob Ross, happy little cloud right here. And this is your simple seascape, and you are ready to paint or color with marker or crayon or color pencil or whatever you like. And let's make this one wavy lines. And this one's going to have polka dots. And we'll keep that one solid, or whatever you like. That's the fun part. It's great to see everybody. I hope you enjoyed your sailboat lesson. Stay tuned for our next lesson.